Well, good evening, everybody. It's our Monday night meeting. Let's see if our sound is working. Well, good evening, everybody. Yep, the sound is working. I need to get a better audio setup. The audio is never any good. Let's see here. We got one watching already. We're on time. It's 7 o'clock. Usually Gary Sinclair is the first to appear. So don't let me down, Gary. We have a pretty good time here talking about model airplanes and contests and so on and so forth. I don't know. I don't have much of an opener. Charles had a really good opener all the time. I don't know what to say. I've been doing this so long. I've said everything about a million times. We had a little problem with the web today, but I'm not sure it was anything that I did or anything that a hacker did or whatever, because there was a problem all over. Amazon was hung up. I mean, it was like a nationwide seizure. And it didn't last long, only about 15 minutes. But I started to panic because anytime the website goes down, I start getting calls. They can't get in to see their stunt hangar. Remember, we're going on our 20th year now. And I will start the drive here probably in the next week. And we'll start handing out the 26 badges, and because I've got to come up with a substantial amount of money before the end of the year. And I always run short, and I can't run short this year because I ain't got it. Maybe if things pick up at work, I can cover it, but as it stands right now, I can't. And I shouldn't have to be honest with you. I sent Danny a thing today. There's a video. I'm not sure whether I can share this or not. We'll try to. It might get me a strike, though. That's the only problem. Let's see, history. We'll just do a short little, come on now. I watch so many damn videos. Here we go. How to assemble a P-47. I'm not sure. I don't think that would come through the sound. Need to look that up. It's a pretty neat 1945, 1944 video of them assembling a P-47. Yo! There's my yodeler. And I told Danny, I said, the way that thing came to be assembled in the field had a big, attention. Read the directions. Because if you didn't read the directions, you would never get it together. Because they used the crate as the assembly platform and the jig to put it together. Kind of, when I get motorcycle accessories or whatever that I've never put on, I always say, "Where's the directions?" Most guys don't want to read the directions. I want to see the directions so I don't forget something, because you can get yourself into a big pain. But let me post that video link. That's what I'll do, and you can watch it after after the hangout is over. It's kind of cool. We'll paste it there. Let them know Stunt Hangar sent you. It's in the chat box. It's really cool. Except it might start where I left off watching this time. But Uh, join the conversation. Well, we're only 5 minutes in, but this dead air, I can't let the air stay dead, so. "38 enemy planes. How a mailman shot down 30 enemy planes." Yeah. All right, let's see here. I already seen that. Great. Great, great, great. Well, what are we gonna do? Somebody gonna come in here or what? I just don't have anything to talk about. Somebody post something, somebody come in and talk to me. This is not like I'm working on my airplane. Mug root beer. A&W. That's what I like. Make sure if you're watching this stream, and it'll get kicked off here in 5-10 minutes, I'm sure. If you're watching this stream, where there's 11 of you on there now, that you give it a thumbs up. Hey, Roy, Minnesota Mike, Ed Carlisle. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, it's a miracle that you found the place. Be sure to like it and subscribe and ring that bell for notification. That's that black bell next to, or the bell next to the subscribe button. Make sure it's black with parentheses around it, because I've got in my analytics that only 6% of you guys are subscribers that have rung the bell for all notifications. A&W cream soda, yeah. I like the root beer. I'll tell you what I used to like as a kid besides Dr. Pepper was Werner's Ginger Ale. Of course, that's S78. I didn't see. Huh. Yeah, I ain't buying one of them.
Yes, please.
There's Joe Gilbert.
Jolene. Hello, Mr. Storick. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just finished off the Gilbert pickles.
The Gilbert pickles.
Yeah, we want to know, where can we get some more?
I don't know.
Gilbert what?
The Gilbert pickles? You sure it wasn't Rhonda Tipton's pickles?
I don't know, whoever Colleen gave them to me, they were great.
You gave them to him, Robert. Colleen.
They were
They were Tipton. Rhonda Tipton made those pickles.
They were great.
She's pretty good at that canning stuff.
Yeah. How'd you do down there?
Oh, I won profile. I didn't fly Sunday. We came home Sunday morning. John and Maggie got sick, and we thought, we don't need to be sick coming home today, so we just left Sunday morning early and came home.
Yeah. And that was Zachary, Louisiana?
Zachary, Louisiana. It was a good contest. A lot of good folks there. I think Richard Oliver won. Then Wayne Smith was second, maybe. You know who was third, Colleen? I don't remember.
Who was third
Mhm.
in profile?
No, and PA Sunday. Richard Wayne and
Hill.
John Hill, maybe. Yeah. Had a good turnout. They had a good folks, good many bit too flying. We had a good time. They flew my electric airplane a good bit.
Scott.
Mike Scott got third.
Mhm.
John Hill made me some batteries, those
18
long, skinny ones, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we flew it 6 times a minute and a half, and then put the full minute on it, and flew it, and then on trimming it. It's pretty good. I'm going to fly it to El Dorado too, I think. There's Gary Sinclair.
Yeah. My battery died. I had to get a battery for the battery in my mouse.
You're falling down. Joe beat you.
That's why I'm late. Yeah. Well, I couldn't I moved my mouse around. Nothing's happening. That and I looked, I had a red light on. So wow, we're here.
Them damn batteries ain't worth a darn.
Edmonds aren't. Well,
Your plane behind you looks pretty nice. You get the flaps on it?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah. I've got to it has a bow in the trailing edge. When I took that flap off, it had a carbon rod in the leading edge of the flap. So the rod on the flap was holding the wing straight. And when I cut that flap off, it relaxed it and it bowed up in the center. So I got to get the steam out and steam that and push it down.
Put it in the jig and steam that rascal.
Yeah. I'll just glue some, I'll glue some 3/8 by, I got some RC 3/8 by 36 by 3 wood. I'll cut them certain length with a notch in it and glue them to the bench and then put the trailing edge in that up so high and then pull it down and then start steaming.
The steam works. It's amazing how good it does.
Oh, I know. I will get it
Super.
straight.
You got super chat already tonight, right?
I didn't see it.
Was
Who
Roy
is it?
Lane. Roy Lane. $20.
Thank you, Roy Lane. There's no way that I can spotlight it in this software for you like I do during the day, but we appreciate the super chat. Let me get in there and like the super chat anyway. Yeah, there we are. Roy Lane. Thank you, Roy. And I can't get it to the keyboard. It's way across the room.
Is that airplane behind you the same thing that I'm playing with yours of? The Vortex?
No.
Different airplane.
Yeah.
The nose looks a lot like fuselage.
Well, this is a Viper. This is like the Simply Blues.
Okay.
The exact same airplane. And you know what? Time sure does fly because I thought these airplanes were fairly new. I had Simply Blues in 22 let's see, 23 at the Nats because I got a video of it on the 17-point row.
And you thought it was made last year.
Yeah.
Time goes by like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that one up there. That's from it was orange, the June RXL.
Mm-hmm.
That's from 2017.
When did you win with the Monado, win the concourse?
22.
22. That was a new airplane then?
No, that was 7 years old.
You just didn't fly it or take it up there?
I flew it. I took it to Joe and all one year and they were going to have a big concourse thing. So I said, well, we'll take the Monado, and when I whipped it out, they said, "Now we're gonna we're gonna forget that."
Ah,
So I flew it, but so then I hung it on the wall, and just left it there, and so it's in pretty good shape. Still in pretty good shape.
I think it's still brand new looking.
I just pulled my Continental off the wall, and that was built in I think 2008.
Is that the one I flew at Brodex one year?
No,
A different one?
yeah, this one's older than that one.
Okay.
So I don't know what year that was you flew that, but that was quite a
I
while
bet that was 18 or something, wasn't it? 17 maybe?
before that, because
It had a PA 75 in it, I think, Robert.
right. It was before 17 because the June RXL was my year 17 airplane.
Okay. Time
Edward,
goes by fast.
What's that, Gary?
see, Edward
Carlisle.
Carlisle,
Yeah.
does anyone make 60-minute epoxy?
60-minute epoxy. I don't know. They make 30-minute epoxy.
I don't either. That's a Dan
Oh,
Winship question.
Yeah, it would be a Dan Winship question because most of us, when we need epoxy, want it to cure pretty quick.
Google.
I got an
Yeah,
airplane. I got
that'd be
an
the thing,
airplane
dude.
that I
Google it.
haven't flown yet in any contest. My Aegis got a PA 65 in it.
On the pipe or just rear exhaust?
Just rear exhaust.
Rear exhaust.
Yeah. I gave up on hanging all that shit under there and toting all that heavy weight around.
That's another. It's 2 ounces more, basically. Ounce
Yeah.
and 3/4. And you might have a little more wood in your airplane too.
A muffler weighs that.
A what?
An aluminum muffler, if you use a tube muffler, it's an ounce
Well,
and a
you
half.
use a tube muffler rather than using a header or a muffler on rear exhaust. That don't make no difference.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of a moot point.
You got the pipe, the header, the
The header's on the airplane right now. It's sitting there ready to fly.
right. You got the pipe, the header, and the coupler. And that coupler is heavy.
Couplers weigh something.
Half ounce or better.
The Oliver's pipes were 3/4 ounce. Then you got a pipe mount back there. It's going to weigh 1/8 of an ounce, and it does take a little more wood to make a pipe tunnel. You got to have a sides and strong sides and a belly in it. I don't know what those. I haven't weighed my new pipes. Those wave pipes. They're a little heavier than that. I imagine they're probably 1.25 ounces. I bet.
They put out the power though.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But you better have that motor
Apparently.
set right at the number.
There's only one place it likes, I think, Robert, pretty much.
Guys, excuse me a second. Source Graphics sells 1 hour epoxy. Stuart McDonald epoxy is as slow as 1 hour cure epoxy. West Systems has it, and so does Total Boat High Performance. So yeah, you can get 1 hour epoxy. Just Google 1 hour epoxy and it comes up.
Cool.
Now, what does the pipe do to your engine?
It boosts on the uphill and retards it on the downhill. Holds it back on the downhill, supposedly. All it is, the pipe, all it is a glorified muffler. Unless you're running that Doug muffler or Doug pipe, which is a tube expansion chamber.
Well, that's what it really is, an expansion chamber.
It's
They say
the
what they
goal's
want,
to
it's an
make it run
expansion
the
chamber.
same speed all the time. As
The
the
pipe
nose
that-
goes up, Gary, it brings the engine up, stuffs more fuel back in it, and makes it stay the same
It
pace.
stuffs the excess fuel right back in the cylinder to be burned again like supercharging.
The pipes that are being used in model airplanes are not expansion chambers because of the baffles inside them. They're big mufflers. But that pipe that Doug uses, that Frank Williams designed, is a true expansion chamber. It has no baffles in it. And it works on sound. It doesn't work on head pressure. Kind of weird how they work.
It's for real. It happens faster, seems like to me.
Yep.
Well, the difference in a baffle and an unbaffled pipe, that baffle is supposed to be to quiet it down. Otherwise, it makes a loud noise like a Yamaha did.
It
With
kills the
expansion
waves
chambers.
though. And the
Yeah.
expansion chamber is the wave goes to the center cone, then it goes down the little cone to the stinger,
Right.
and then back. And it gives you a timed charge so that
Yep.
the head pipe recharges the lower end. Now, when you have a baffle pipe, it goes to that baffle and stops because it doesn't have a reversion cone. It's a flat cone. And then you got two in there, and so you're choking it off. It's not an expansion chamber, it's just a muffler. Big muffler. And these engines like lots of volume. So they work okay that way.
Well, how the heck does it make a 40 make the power of a 60?
It has volume. It's and it really doesn't have the power of a 60.
Boy, you get an argument from Randy Smith on that.
I know. I know for a fact. He says my PA 40 ultralight puts out as much as Super Tiger 60. Ain't no way.
Well, that
Way.
what engine did they run back in the day that had a pipe on it that was like a FSFR 40 something something something?
OS Max 40 FSR.
No,
That FS
VF.
The
VF,
VF was the popular one. Yeah, that was rear exhaust.
rear exhaust.
FSR was
VF,
side exhaust.
the VF on a rear exhaust on the right pipe will swing a Greenie 12 3.8 pitch carbon fiber prop, just like a PA 61 will swing it.
Absolutely.
It's way impressive.
The only thing that, I ran them for a while. The only thing I didn't like about them is they were 1.5 ounces heavier than a Super Tiger. Just the motor. It's a ducted fan engine.
They made some serious giddy up, man.
Ducted fan version was rear intake. The one we ran was front intake. One I run is front intake.
That's what I ran, but that motor is a ducted fan engine, Phil.
No, it's really not, Sparky. The ducted fan one is rear intake, and it's timed completely different.
Well, whatever.
Well, I thought it was too, and I lost a bet on it. So anyway, whatever. But it was they are some strong motors, but they are heavy. I ain't arguing that. They are heavy. I've got about 6 of them downstairs that I want to get rid of, and they are heavy.
They make serious power on a pipe, man.
I guarantee you they do. I guarantee you they do.
Okay, here's right from the goggle. OSVF engine is a 2-stroke radio control RC airplane engine. VF is a model designation, and 46 indicates 0.46 cubic inches, approximately 7.5 cc's displacement, and its rear exhaust model was popular in its time. Some sources also refer to the OSVFP, which is likely a variant. It's a 2-stroke rear exhaust engine, meaning the exhaust port is on the back of the engine, unlike front exhaust versions, model versions. Let's see, I'm looking for exactly what it is. Engines me, okay, technical issues, sleeve of the FX. No, it doesn't have it, but I always thought it was a pipe and ducted fan motor. And why would
difference in timing? But it's so close, it's not worth arguing.
but
They're
the
too
timing,
darn heavy and they drink a lot of gas. God, they drink a lot of fuel.
the timing is way up there. They gotta turn big time RPM.
Don't they turn
Yeah.
10, 7, 11,000 at launch?
Oh yeah,
They'll turn
oh yeah.
14. They'll turn 14. Now the VF, the stunt motor won't. You'll throw a rod, but the tune pipe one, I mean the one that goes in the Ducted fan, 15,000 is not unheard of. That's,
Same
they're
engine.
running 13 and 14 a lot. Those guys are making those, the motors absolutely scream. But then you throwing a little bitty thing like this that's round and balanced and got bearings on both sides. So it wasn't like throwing a prop. You didn't have to worry about much of anything. But boy, they absolutely screamed. And a guy tried to trade me my Bearcat for a Corsair. My Bearcat for a MiG or something that was a piped tune pipe engine. Piped ducted fan motor. I just looked at him and laughed. My God, like I need more headaches.
I had two VF-25s. I was going to try to use them in 40 size airplanes, but after I run them, they turn such high RPM. There was no way to tame those motors, and not without some serious, porting work. And I don't have the ability to lower the ports. You want to raise if you raise the timing, you make the RPM go up. You got to lower the ports to lower the RPM, the exhaust ports. The only guy I could have done that would have been Brian Gardner. That would have been a good project for somebody to take one of those VF-25s and make the porting more like a Super Tiger 60.
Took a 40 FSR, 45 FSR, and lowered the sleeve, the head on the sleeve. Took 20, I think it's 22 thousandths off the bottom of it. And that made it run it made it a really nice stunt run. It did 2.4 brake and everything, but it still would try to run away in some weather. They're just timed too dang high. You didn't mind running a 4-pitch prop, you could make it work, but you were going to run a 4-pitch prop. 6-pitch prop, you couldn't hang on to it on 70-foot lines. I couldn't make mine do it. Now somebody might.
It wasn't designed with the 6-pitch prop in mind.
No.
I'll tell you the motor that's real good that I got is the OS 32F helicopter engine.
Yeah, I got one of those. I'm flying. Good. What prop did you tell me y'all ran on those?
I ran 11.45 on it, on a 32.
11.45.
That's a lot of prop, boy.
Woo! I've got a 10.5, 4.5 on it.
I'll tell you what, you put a 10-inch prop on that the 32F, and it will fly like a combat airplane. I've been through that.
Randy retuned this one, and it runs like a clock. It's one flip starts and runs great. But problem I had, that was the one that the horn opened up and the push rod came out of. Made about 6 laps on the ground. Just thank God it's a tricycle gear and it stayed on the ground. Shoo-wee. Finally ran it off in the grass. I got it repaired and ready to go back out and try again, but we'll have to wait and see. But that 32 is really a sweet motor. It runs great.
I got 3 of them. We got one in a Nobler, one in my Tucker Special, and then one in the box over there.
Is that an 8-ounce engine, Sparky?
It's like 7.75, almost 8 ounces.
Almost 8.
Yeah, they're not terrible light. They're not bad on fuel, though. I expect it to be a gas hog. It's not. 3.5, 3.25 ounces to fly the pattern.
Yeah. Unless you're running big nitro, because then, like I did.
Well, yeah, if you run, I just run 5%.
Yeah.
All I ever run is 5. If it's hot, I'll put 10.
What do we got for chat, Gary?
That's it. Mostly we got of course, Minnesota Mike said hi.
Hi, Mike.
And yeah.
What did I
January Sports says, Happy Monday,
Yo,
everybody.
and there's Caffeine. He looks
Hello,
like he's in the
Caffeine.
doctor's office. Oh, he froze up. You're frozen, Caffeine. You know, I haven't seen on here in a while is oh, what's the guy's name that stayed with you, Joe? Uh,
Roy Trentham?
Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hadn't seen him about 2 weeks.
He's over on Facebook.
He's a good lad. I like him. Talk about that little 32 slinging an 11 4.5 prop. That's an LA 46 prop.
Yeah, and it'll spin it.
Yeah.
Whatever RPM you want to spin it to.
That's making some serious power.
It's a tough little motor, I'm telling you.
I had a PA Ultralight 40 in an Aries that I know that the 32 would have pulled it better. I was not impressed with that PA 40 Ultralight.
I need a bigger Venturi, first thing to do.
Yeah, I guess I could have drilled it out.
Put a bigger Venturi and put it on pressure and let her get it.
I told you the story of the 32F on pressure, didn't I?
I know they've run that 32 a lot. It's been a pretty good little engine.
Now listen to this. I built, this is in 95 when they first came out. I think it was 95 or it was in early or mid 90s anyway, because Alan Brickhouse and I were flying together, and I built that Sorcerer, and I showed a picture of it, you know, around. It was a piped airplane. It had a 32F. It was at, the engine was at an angle so that the pipe could go down the center line of the fuselage. I used an RC radial motor mount for it. Anyway, I didn't have a Venturi for it because Jim Lee hadn't come around. I said, oh, we're going to try to fly this thing. I had a 10-6 propeller on it, and it was on pressure. I said, we're going to try to fly this thing down at Booter Park. And I got off in that grass circle all the way to the left there. And I said, well, I got it started, and I said, we'll run it real rich. And that thing was just barely running because I wanted to test fly the airplane to see how it was going to work. And it come up on the pipe just like a speed plane. And I did 8 minutes of zoom, zoom. I was flying real high to keep the lines from stretching. Oh God.
You tested your bell crank system right there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was so glad to get that on the ground in one piece.
A thermal runaway and away it went.
Yeah, it sounded just like a speed plane.
It was willing.
I don't know how fast it was going, but I know it was 100 mile an hour. I know it was that voodoo.
Oh man. Warren didn't rip the wheel pants off of it going 100.
Of course, I did no stunts with it. I was dizzy as hell when I come down. I just held it up high and tried to take the tension off the line.
Oh.
Oh,
I had a PA 61 one time on an airplane. Get up on the pipe and run away like that. And man, I was sure I turned upside down, flew it upside down, turned back over, flew right side up. So I wouldn't tried to not get dizzy. Man, it pulled. Golly, I don't know if I could do it today or not. It was a
Just
monster.
turn big lazy eights.
Uh-huh.
Those big airplanes, when you're moving that fast, don't want to turn.
They don't want to turn.
Well, that's probably true. No, I hadn't thought about that.
They don't want to, you know. You got to get to the top of the circle below the 90 to go inverted, or you're doomed. Yeah, when they're booking, it's like everything's heavy. The handle's pulling, the up and down. It's like, oh my goodness. You'd think you'd have so much pull that you could put the pressure on it, but those flaps and elevators don't want to move
See if I can- Let
when
me
they're
see.
going fast.
This picture's over here somewhere. Dave. Somewhere.
Didn't Hunt have a Tucker special with that little 32 engine in it years ago? And
Who?
Hunt, I think
I
he
don't
had
know.
a special with a 32 in it that he was quite successful with.
That's what's in my Tucker special, the 32.
Is it?
I can't remember if Bob's was a 32 or a 28, but yeah, it was a small motor, and he had good luck with it.
Yep.
Sparky's was beautiful. I don't know how it flew. I've never heard any comments on how it flew from him or anybody else, but it sure looked good.
Flew great. This airplane here had a VF-46 in it. That was a Viper 3. Yeah, Viper 3. Do you remember this guy here, Joe?
Make yourself big, partner.
Let's see here, spotlight.
Is that Byron?
No, I don't believe that's Byron.
I don't know who that is for sure.
There's old
Looks
Jim
almost
Lee.
What's the
We're live.
airplane?
That's Jim Lee right
That's
there.
Jim Lee. That's
Yeah.
Jim
That's
Lee.
a Viking, I think.
Who was that other? Show that other one again.
AMA number 1169. I thought it might be Ken Grasser.
It's possible.
I don't know him. I don't know.
This airplane here was a Viper, had an OS FP40 on a pipe. And
Man, on a pipe? Man, that'll make some serious power too, boy.
here we go, right here.
No.
That right there, and you see that little bulge on the side of the fuselage.
I do.
That's where the exhaust header came out and wrapped
See,
back
The
around.
engine's a little crooked, or do you make a little U channel going back to your pipe?
That's a side exhaust engine, and he put a side to rear muffler on a manifold on it.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. I've
Here's
seen
that-
one of
Here's that Sorcerer airplane. And buddy, when that thing took off, it flew like crazy.
well, there's no tail on it, no rudder, huh?
Yeah, it's like a hunt rudder,
Yeah, uh-huh. It's got a highly tapered wing.
yeah. Here's old Brickhouse when we used to fly together. Look how young he was.
Look how young he was. Oh my goodness.
Young and thin.
Is that a Buccaneer maybe?
That's what that is.
Uh-huh.
Here's the wheel pants on that Sorcerer.
What was the theory behind making those angled in so it wouldn't bounce as bad, or is that just a look thing?
Just a look. Here's the setup to the side to rear on the Viper.
Hey, I have seen one of those headers in my life. I know where there is one of them.
I've got one in the basement.
I know
Goes
somebody.
to a Tiger 60.
And here is my Sorcerer engine setup. You see how the engine's laying over on its side?
I do.
That's an APC
Yeah, that's wicked.
1145 on it. And there's my heavy old turret. It says 62-inch wingspan, 69-ounce Super Tiger 60.
Looks like a pretty good size airplane, though.
Yeah, it was big.
Pretty thing.
62-inch wingspan.
Continental influence paint job.
Yep, less stripes.
I like pictures like that. That's fun to see that stuff.
There's a whole shit pile of them around here.
Man, I got Elwin Odd he took pictures and put them on CDs. I bet you I've got 20 Elwin Odd CDs of contests and pictures over the years. He always took pictures of me when I'm flying just to keep in practice, and he'd send me them pictures. Man, you can see trim of your airplane right quick on pictures. You can see angle wing up, angle down stuff. You can use that to see things.
Now, on your different size airplanes, which ones have you noticed that you like the best? The larger ones or the little smaller ones?
I like the little smaller ones.
The classic size are easier to fly. Oh, that's not fair. If a little airplane gets away from you, you can get it back quicker than you can a big one. But the big ones don't tend to get us way as easy. But the big ones are just more, they're just smoother and pace better. They just pace a little better.
Seem to fit the pattern better.
Uh-huh.
It just flies more of its own length, is the way I've heard it. And it
That
just,
may be. I think you can get too big.
I do too.
You get much more in 42 or 44-inch fuselages. Then your distance for straight lines gets where they're hard to show straight lines.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it don't stay straight long. It's got to change. It don't stay straight. A big plane looks like it's just doing a darn big loop. Where a smaller one, you can see the changes.
The Vector 40 is probably as good a 40 size as there is.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's got a big enough tail and a wing to do the job. A lot of the classic airplanes in the day, they just didn't have enough tail volume to start and stop the corners you want to see today.
Yeah.
But a classic airplane with an Aero Tiger 36 trimmed out pretty good, you can get dangerous with that if you pay attention a little bit.
Well, there's this guy who flies a Ringmaster that could get dangerous.
Yeah.
I like my Ringmaster too.
There's a fella that's flying a Stiletto 35 with an Aero Tiger 36 in it. And it's made up like Les's original was. Red, white, and blue. Looks just like Les's paint job. I swear that plane was as impressive to watch as anything I've seen in the last 2 years. It flew more of its own length, and the guy was really putting in some hard corners. And it's just, you got me thinking about a Stiletto 35. I'm not kidding you. I've been wanting to build a 660. I bought the plans, and I mean, I've been thinking about a 660, but that 35 really got me thinking.
When the wind comes up, you'll be glad you're flying a small airplane.
Yeah. You get that little 35 sized airplane or 540-inch wing airplane on some 60-foot lines, flying 5.0 laps. You can got it turning good. You can fly your own straight lines pretty nice with that.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to be on long lines.
Yeah, everybody lately I've talked to is talking about if you want to make it work, put it on 70-foot lines. And I'm sitting there.
I disagree.
Most of the places
with
we fly, you don't have room for 70-foot lines.
that. Everybody's got to figure that out for themselves. I can't make it work. I don't know how to do that.
63 is about as long as I've ever flown on. I've got a set of 66 sixes downstairs, but I just never could make them work.
It takes more power.
A lot, because that stunt wagon has a Fox 59 in it that's strong. And I went from 5% to 10% when I went to the 66-foot lines. And I didn't think I was going to get that airplane back. It just did. Oh, wait, what's this? John's had a haircut.
That's Santa Claus in training. Everybody better be nice.
Yeah.
Better be nice. Watching
Lordy,
out.
Lordy. No, but I tell you what, watching him fly, I seriously started thinking about a 35 size airplane again. That was just impressive as heck.
You get a Nova, a Geesky Nova, a Cavalier, Caprice. It is little airplanes like that. You get it powered properly on some 58, 59-foot lines, trimmed well. You can fly a pretty good pattern with them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you,
Yeah,
tell you,
I watched Mr. Cavalier fly for years, and I'm telling you what, he is impressive.
tell
You
you
know,
if you get
go
an
ahead.
All-American Eagle and a
Mhm.
35 or a 40 on it, and it'll fly your socks off.
I've got plans to that thing somewhere. I'm gonna try to find them and see about building one. It'll be 2 years before I get to it, but I'm gonna see about putting it in the list. That thing, the last time I looked at the plans, I was impressed. The only thing scared me off of it was that tail.
But don't worry about it. You just use lucky boxes back there. Whose
If the lucky
plans do
box
you
will work,
have?
we can build it.
Whose plans do you have?
I don't know. I'll look them up. Bring them up, let you know next week or maybe Friday night.
All right, because I drew up a whole set of plans and have all of the parts and all that on it too.
Oh, cool. No, mine's just, I think mine was the ones that Flying Model sold.
Yeah, that was they cut the plan in half when they published it. So I don't remember. I think there's when they put it together, I think there's a little bit of an issue there, but
Yeah, there's a little wiggle in it somewhere, which is another thing that kind of worried me. If it's off there, how much else is off? It's just things like that worry me. But I went nuts to get a set of plans to Usama,
did you
and
finally
I
get
got
them?
it. I did not get the ones that Bob Hunt has through Pampa. I got a set that was through the magazine. Come to find out, those things were drawn by somebody who used a common wing that he had. It's not even the right wing. The plane that was published shows for flying like we fly clockwise. The original was flown counterclockwise, and he showed a fuel tank for the counterclockwise. Or the original's for clockwise, we fly counter, and he showed the wrong fuel tank. If you built a fuel tank the way he showed it, it wouldn't run because it wouldn't.
Saw Usama fly Saturday.
Yeah, I see what I saw one fly not too long ago. It was impressive. I found out there's a model airplane club not too far from where my daughter lives in Columbia, South Carolina. Next time I go down, I'm gonna take something to fly with. I'm gonna try.
You
Some
go build
impressive.
you a nice gypsy. That'll fly
I-
pretty good too.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking about building. A gypsy is exactly what I'm thinking about
Gypsy
building
will
because I
fly
love
pretty
the.
darn good.
I'm
I
one of those. I'm one of those weird guys that loves the Nobler, and I just think a gypsy looks like a big Nobler.
Nothing weird about that. Nothing weird about that. That was a generational shift on model airplane for stunt.
I remember when I
I'll
got
tell
out
you
of high
though
school.
that All-American Eagle for me was the best flying airplane I ever had, except for my first Dover.
Yeah, well, they're both good airplanes, that's for sure. You
Yeah,
can't beat them. It's whatever you like, whatever you get used to,
Yeah,
and whatever you enjoy because you'll fly it better if you enjoy it and like it. But I'm telling you, I've gone to a contest and thought I had it figured out with a I don't even remember what I was flying now. And this gentleman walked up and he's going to fly advanced and he's flying a ringmaster.
I wonder who that could have been.
I wonder who that could have been, Joe.
no, I, I can fly Ringmaster pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you did
threatening
fly
just
it pretty good.
just to take it to an event and fly everything just for fun. They don't have to win.
Roy Phillips used to do that. He'd come and fly old time, classic, profile, and open with a ringmaster. He won 3 events.
Man, to win
That dude
expert
could
with the
fly.
Ringmaster Open would be pretty tough to do nowadays. There's a lot of good flyers around.
Did
I
you
don't
guys
know,
read
Tom
that
Looper.
story about the Worlds from Inverness? Brendan,
He did real well. I'm proud of Brendan.
Yeah, he did a good job.
yeah, he had his heart set on going. I could just imagine he saw that the Almach boy was there. His heart just sunk.
I think he did well. It's all right.
He went after it. He went after it. He didn't let it bother him. I don't think.
United, didn't he? Isn't he going?
No,
No, Alamo's going.
he got
He, he,
David,
got
I think
good-
you got your microphone muted.
Who's that?
David Eskins is muted.
Oh, Carl, your
Orange.
microphone's muted.
Orange County 714. Come in, over.
Is it muted? Is it still muted?
No, you're not. You're good now.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say real quick. I was at the contest. I watched both of them fly, both those kids, and any one of those kids could beat each other on any given day, and that's either one of them. They both fly really, really, really well, really well. The Alamo kid and Ibernez, both of them do.
Good.
Yeah.
So, and they both did really, really well, and I think that Ibernez kid did quite well for what he did with grabbing an airplane from Adamis and going down there and flying it when he really hadn't spent a lot of time with it. And I guess he flies alone a lot with just his father. His father's the only one that's the family's very supportive. And
Yeah, they are. The whole family.
really good to see, great family,
Yeah.
great mother. The daughter, one of the daughters was there. It's just a good thing to see. The whole family.
They came on here I think it was about 3 years ago. Absolutely raw beginners. They came on the forum here, and we got talking with them, and they asked us questions, and then they went out, asked other people questions. They worked hard at it, and in about 3 years, he went from raw beginner, flying not a ringmaster, but basically something like that, and to what he's doing.
To fly.
Yeah, to getting where he's at now, and he worked hard for it. He's so freakingly big. I mean, he's 6'8", and he's 15 years old.
And he's fearless. He's fearless. He just goes out there
Yeah.
and he's fearless, man.
Where's
It's
Lonky? I
great.
think Lonky gave him lessons at Brodax when he was 8 or 10. I don't know how
Yeah,
old.
something like that.
Mikey could tell you. He gave him lessons. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Robbie Gruber? He's another big one.
He's a dentist in San Francisco, I think now.
Really.
Robbie Gruber?
Yeah.
Golly.
I think he's 7 foot tall. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Well, when you're up that high, you don't have to worry about hitting the ground because it's a long way from level to the ground.
His
These
level
kids could
flight
fly,
above
man.
my head.
Yeah.
Could fly. Brian Keeper could fly. Carlos Serra could fly. Robbie Gruber, Nat Gifford. These kids could fly. Archie Adamson
who's that little redheaded kid out of Tucson?
Michael Duffy.
is another one.
I saw a picture of him just the other day on the internet with his daughter. I can't believe it. Last time I saw him, he was just a little red. Was it a daughter or a son?
Dustin?
He
Mike,
got a pair of them, I think.
Mike Duffy is a grown man now.
That's right.
He's married. He's got twin boys. They're about 4 years old. I see Mike once or twice a year.
He was pretty
Last
good.
time I saw him, I let him fly one of my airplanes. He hadn't flown a plane in 5 or 6 years. He flew it great.
He flew my All-American Eagle. He came over and asked if he could fly it.
There's
So I put him
Lonky
up
coming
on it.
back.
There's Mike Lodge.
There's Lonky right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. My Wi-Fi is crazy out in my garage right now and not working on my Chromebook. So I thought I'd try to get on here on
Your
my
book.
phone.
Yeah. We were talking about Ibernez. When did you teach him to fly at Rodax?
Sam, what year was that?
2018 Max.
No, at Brodax.
Yes, I mean, yeah, 2018 Brodax.
2018 Brodax is what Sam is saying.
I wouldn't doubt.
Wow.
He flew very well at Golden State in horrific conditions, and I didn't watch him from a judge's perspective, so I can't say that who was better, Alamov or him. Alamov, won by a good amount. But,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Angstrom left out a maneuver, so
Yeah.
that
Horizontal
hurt
lady.
him.
yeah.
That
But
hurt him pretty
I
bad.
did hear Angstrom say
Here he comes now.
Oh, great. Ah,
We
We'll
get
let
the
him say it.
first-hand report.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
congratulations to him.
he'll be on the team someday, and he's a future junior world champion for sure, man. There's no doubt in my mind.
The
Hey,
airplane
how you doing?
the airplane he used, Dennis's airplane, performed very, very well too.
We've been talking about you guys.
Yeah, I guess we
Some of
heard
it
you
was
all.
even good.
Yeah, we heard. I guess we heard you all from here. Our ears were ringing, so we decided to come in.
Glad you came in. Congratulations. You guys worked hard.
Sure
Yeah.
did. Sure did.
Yeah.
Heck of an experience. I mean, I don't know. I can't say enough about it. Obviously, it wasn't quite the result. It was so dang close, and so that'll stick with us. But yeah, for him to be right there, maneuver away from it and stuff. Like I think he outperformed himself, or where he thought he was going into that day.
Well, I think it was great that he took that plane from Denny's and worked hard, enhanced his flying and was really doing well. He was out flying, what's his name? Anyway, his nemesis. He's out flying him and had beaten him a couple times. Isn't that right? You want to tell us about that, Brandon?
Oh, I think he's talking about like Mike, about outflying Mike Alamov on some stuff. I mean, do you want to talk about some of those events or get into that?
Yeah, what are we getting into?
Yeah, you won Pampa, didn't you? You beat Mike Elmo.
Yeah, yep. And advanced, yeah.
Yeah, beat him by 30 out there in California at the Golden State Championships. So yeah, I mean, let's put it this way: going back and y'all probably seen the post, but at Nats we had a horrible Nats, and it was because of this this plane right here, this SV-11. A bunch of the lead out lines were rubbing on the spars inside, and we didn't find that out until like our last advanced flight. I was jamming a yardstick down the lead outs to jam to remove the in between wood between the ribs. Like it was just this plane was a nightmare. But he had a good advanced performance at Nats the year prior, and so this one was just absolutely set us back, and we were really not in a good headspace after this Nats. And as you probably know, Mike Alamov, I think, finished third in advanced there at the Nats, so had a really good showing there. But then, yeah, Angstrom does all this training in our backyard. I mean, he got Dennis's plane, and I'm not lying. He went out there 6 days a week, putting up 4 to 6 flights, or even more, at times, just trying to hone that thing in, and just battling in the backyard, trying to figure out how to get it right. I think I put on the post, we put up all sorts of markers in the yard. I came in here and talked about those before, but we put up 45-degree posts at 10 feet tall with 5-foot markers. And I mean, we just turned it into a training, gym in the backyard. And he really put himself out there in doing that. And I think that's actually the thing I put in the post, but like I said, I'm not going to get too hung up on this, but Gabe told us in a text message he wasn't going. So Angstrom had every reason to believe, hey, I'm going to be the only kid there. He didn't prepare that way, and I think that's the incredible thing here about this one, is that he prepared in a way. It's like, no, if there's another kid there, I'm going to beat the socks off of him. And he came prepared, and when we showed up at Golden State and, Gabe's there, like, again, I put it in there. There was no complaint. There was no like, oh, there was like, okay, game time. Like he went out there, he put up practice flights. He was the only one on the day of the event when it's blowing 20 miles an hour out there to put up a practice flight, and all the top-notch guys are sitting there like just watching, glued to their seat stuff. And it was just, he came to play, and that's all I could ask. And again, just so dang close. But
what I've heard and what I read, you opened a lot of eyes, son. You're going to do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I haven't read them the Stunt Hangar comments today. You
Yeah.
know, we saw. I'm holding on to that for later today, but the number of guys that chimed in with just really positive, uplifting, you go get them type of comments is pretty dang moving to read, and I'll be reading it to Tim later.
There's some really good comments on there. You'll be surprised at some of who the people comment.
Just do what you're doing, because in 2 years you'll be amazing.
Abram, my gut feeling is you learn things here. You may not got you out your come you want, but at the game you're in, there's a lot. You got to have this on right too.
Yeah.
Any kind of error you make is for real.
Mhm.
And it just takes one. You can pop a prop off twice in one contest so quick it make your head spin and go from 7th or 8th to 20th right quick. Ask me how I know. So just take the positive things from this. You did very well, young man. We're all proud of you.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
did very good.
Yeah.
Show me the front of that airplane, though. That looks. You have those cowls on it or something? Pop off cowls?
No, if you're talking about this one,
Yeah.
why don't you go get the wing? By the way, we'll show
That
him.
that airplane, that paint scheme would drive me crazy.
Well, Dennis
Just
showed
put all
his.
that on there.
I think Dennis showed his Mo Best before as pink, and so it inspired Angstrom that he could go pink as well. But yeah, we got all these different reds that came together, and so he called it like cranberry. He's like, yeah, he loves cranberries, and so
Ocean spray.
idea to it. Yep. So we got
Cool.
little cranberries all over it. He's got ocean look. He's got a tin can there.
That's
for the
neat.
cranberries.
I like the front end though. That's nice.
But we got a message: feel the spray, ocean spray.
You get
That's
residuals.
cool.
You get residuals from ocean spray.
You know what? We've thought about it. Send it in. We need to get sponsorship, and then you probably see it. It's upside down and backwards, but
Ocean spray,
spray is
that's
really
cool.
big on the bottom.
That's cool.
Congratulations, Angstrom. You did good.
Did very good.
But insult to injury, he's going to show off part of Dennis's plane all now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you can see that one.
Uh-oh.
But,
Yeah.
Got a little low.
Yeah, it's cracked pretty dang good, and the whole fuselage is actually broken in half.
Oh,
That's flying lower than a ketchup bottle.
Angstrom, you can't fly below the air.
Yeah.
That
Well,
brown
that's-
stuff on the bottom, that's the ground.
smear a little cranberry sauce on it. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was from the shipping back on
Oh.
the airplane back.
It's shipping, get it, not flying it. Is that
No,
right?
not
Oh
flying it.
man.
Yeah, fortunately we got it out to California in one piece, but what happened was we think the box was kind of put together in a very sturdy, systematic way. When we took it out to California, I was there when TSA went through it, and then I packed it together nicely. I think on the backside, TSA looked at it again without us there, and they just had everything shifted, and then pressure got put on it, and it didn't hold up. So again, thankfully, it didn't have this issue going out, but we're going to get, I think Todd Lee is willing to get together with us and see what we can do to do a super repair job on it.
Well, are you gonna get TSA to pay for it? $3,000?
Oh, you're telling me. We are putting in with TSA. We're putting in with the airline. I mean, Tony's actually working on some of the paperwork right now on it. We've thrown out there. Yeah, we threw 2,000 is our estimate. Just saying, like, this is a one-of-kind model. You know, there's very few people that make this and do this kind of stuff. So I don't know. I heard you say 3,000, but yeah, like we're trying to get compensated, but I have no clue what they're going to do for it. They're going to deny. They got all their legal wizards out there.
Well, if they deny it 2,000, tell them, okay, you can buy me a Yatsenko at 4,000.
Sure, I like it. But yeah, I don't know. That talk about insult to injury. I mean, there's a chance we still get called up as the alternate. I can't guarantee that Gabe's gonna go to Worlds. I don't know. I can't I can't get inside his head, but yeah.
It's happened before.
Yeah. So we hope to get Dennis's plane back up and running and training on it. And then we got the Sherrod plane. The update on that one is the Raptor that's coming to us from Uzbekistan is in transit. He couldn't get the regular postal system to budge and do things, but he got a courier that is sending it to Brooklyn. And then we're trying to work with the courier there on how we get it shipped here to Pennsylvania. So we're hoping in a couple of weeks to have that Raptor in our hands.
Well done. Well done.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe you could get one of the guys from New York City to fly Will DeMauro or Joe Daly or Jose Modesto to pick it up for you.
Yeah, you know what? Jose said that he'd be willing to, or he volunteered him and Joe Daly. Yeah, if we need any help on that they'd help us out. So, yeah, they're already aware, but I think we're going to be able to get it straight shipped here. It beats you all probably saw my post a while back. It beats having to go to Canada and then trying to deal with how do you get that across the border and all
That's
that.
a nightmare.
You know, this whole situation shows me just how much of a sport this actually is. It's not just a game, it's a sport. The training, the equipment, all of that is very similar to many sports. The time you have to put into I think we're missing it by not calling it a sport. Seriously.
Well, the Europeans call model airplane flyers athletes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, we were out there in the yard going to put up some flights. And I said, okay, what's the plan? And he's looking at me. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, the plane's not up yet. What's the plan? And he's like, huh? And I'm like, we've talked about the same maneuvers you're, kind of messing up, or that you're always doing this on your eights or this or this. Like, what's your plan? Like, you got to know, like, what is it that we keep working on that you got to tell yourself even before you put this plane in the air, so that you have a plan on what you're working on and what to compensate for and what to work on. And I'll tell you what, Todd Lee really, they came down. Todd and Michelle Lee came down the week before Nats. Incredible friendship growing. Sorry, not Nats. Team Trials.
Yeah.
Incredible people. They've just kind of glommed onto Angstrom and said, hey, we want to give this kid the best opportunity. And they came down here and they looked over everything. They had these little score sheets, and they put these score sheets in my wife and I's hand and the two of them. And we all came together after every flight and just picked apart each flight and came up with a consensus. Hey, he always does this. He always does that. He always does that. And we made an entire sheet of all maneuvers that every practice flight from there on, he read it. He read that sheet before going out there to go, this is my tendencies. This is what I work on. And yeah, he got
That's how it's done. That's exactly how we all do it. You make a plan for every flight. You have a coach, and the coach works with you, and you listen to what they say, and then you make a plan, and you fly the next flight. It's like Olympic training. It really is, if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Bob, does that sound familiar?
Oh, yeah.
My pretty's not good enough.
Yeah. So,
Brandon.
Yes.
Going back to your claim of the damaged airplane, I've submitted for a stolen airplane, and the European airplanes you buy, Sherrats, Pavlos, that's one of the best things you can show them to demonstrate the value of that airplane.
Yes,
that's the closest thing you're going to get to an apples to apples comparison.
Okay.
So,
yeah, we'll do that, and we'll see. I mean, we're not. If we get called up for Worlds, it'll be an equal competition in our backyard between Dennis's plane and the Sherrod plane to see kind of where we're at flying. But I will say one thing. My understanding is the Sherrod plane, he wouldn't be shipping them out with his cases like he does if he doesn't have a solid case that'll protect that plane. So I don't know. Again, we'll give it a fair shake, but given this experience and just getting it through the U.S., I can't imagine. We're going to have to build some sort of bomb-proof box for Dennis's plane if that's the one we're trying to take to Australia.
There's been a number of
Talking about-
humorous things, humorous as we look back at them now, happen over the years, going to world championships and things. I've never had one damage going over there, but Jimmy Cassell was in the airplane and looking out the window as they were loading his box coming up the ramp, up the escalator to the, or, you know, the thing to the airplane, and it fell off twice. It fell to the ground like 10 feet, and he was like going crazy inside the airplane. Wow. It didn't really damage it that bad. Bob Gieske had one that tried to get through the door, and it got cattywampus in the door of the airplane, and it broke the whole box apart. It fell, all the parts fell on the airplane.
Brendan, did you order the case?
Yes, we got the case coming.
Okay, so this is the case.
All right.
This has an Aurora in it, right?
Yep.
I put this by a hockey equipment bag, right?
Yep.
Oversized hockey equipment bag, and I put this in a hockey bag.
Can't hear you.
And I
You're freezing up.
2-inch foam. I'm freezing up.
Okay.
Yeah, that
But
glitched
anyway,
for a moment.
There you go.
Okay. Hockey equipment bag and put 2-inch foam all the way around it. And I've traveled with this to Vegas a couple of times and it's not a problem. Because the inside of this has foam too for all the parts as well. But
Okay.
I would not just fly with this, you know, like slap a sticker on it and go. I put it in a hockey bag and foam around it.
Okay.
They got limits on how big it can be for international shipping also. And they're pretty strict on them. A cumulative inches going around the box and around things.
No.
Or like you're all glitchy.
An alternate way of doing it, Robbie actually looked into this because he was hoping someday to make the team, is you can ship the airplanes via FedEx ahead of time. Costs a lot of money, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then your box can be any size you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing with all of Sam's combat planes for the Worlds. We're shipping them back to Australia. We're gonna carry our motors in our pit
My
boxes.
God, a blast from the
But
past.
My goodness.
the 15 airplanes that we're gonna take, I'm just shipping them right to the site in Perth. Holy cow,
How are you, Steve?
Hey,
Good
Steve.
idea.
No, not too bad.
Steve Hine. Talk about ghosts from the past.
Yeah, I just feel bad for all the conversations and all that shit went on, and this happens to you.
Yeah.
I mean, and we could have did that to them when Samantha was going to go, then college got in the way. We called everybody and told them we weren't going to show up, and then after stuff worked out, we could have went, and Samantha said no, I wouldn't do that to him. You know, so it really kind of pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, again, we recognize there was a right to compete there, you know, and we don't question that one. We don't question it one bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when there's, you saw the beginning of it. We had no thought this is where we were going. We just sort of said, hey, you got this. You're the representative last time around. You're a far superior flyer at the time of Nats than we are. So like, yeah, you know, this is yours, you know, assuming you're going. And then,
well, that's why none of them were going to go when Samantha was going to fly. I mean, at the Nats, she beat them by so much. They're like, it ain't worth spending the money to do all this.
Yeah.
You know, unless she crashed on her first flight and didn't have an airplane to fly, they weren't going to beat her, you know, but.
And then I think even to your point, like, you know, you told everybody, I thought that was another thing. And this is, you know, just kind of in my wheelhouse. And I know not everybody operates this like, but it wasn't just that like, hey, they decided on the weekend, hey, we're showing up. You know, if it was 3 weeks in advance, a month in advance, whatever it is, they'd already told us, no, we're not doing that. Just a simple, we've been on good terms with them. we've done a lot of things with them and communicated to them and texted back and forth and all this stuff. So a simple like month in advance, hey, you know what? We changed our mind. We got tickets. We're going.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, yeah. Again,
Then it would have been up to you to say, okay, I think we're still going to go or not. I
What
believe that.
was the point spread between you and him at the final thing?
Are you talking at Nats?
No, the FAI.
The final point spread is it was 40 points, but because Angstrom left out the horizontal 8, if he had done it mediocre, he had not gotten lower than a 6 all day on any stunt. If he had scored a 6 or higher, he had the spot.
Well, what's the big deal? Whether he's there or not, you were in a position to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We didn't know that coming into it because he beat Angstrom, drummed him. No offense, but he drummed him by 60 plus every flight, all 3 flights for the senior open. So weren't on the same field, weren't on the same circle, and would have never said again. We would have just said, hey, that's yours.
Well, I look at it as you go to a contest, you got to beat everybody that's there.
Yeah, I think Bob's got a good point. I mean, sounds like you possibly beat him if you'd have done your horizontal 8s, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's something to think about.
Back to the ear thing, between the ears, guys.
I just hope I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this openly. I hope you're having fun doing this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
A level of fun in this, because it sounds really, really, really intense. And I know I've been around stuff a long time, so has Bob and other people. It's a very intense event. I've seen people driven out of this hobby, including myself, around the intensity of the event. So I just want to bring that and raise that issue, not to, just to take a look at the fact that there's got to be some sort of balance with this too. And everybody has a right to compete. But it sounds like Angstrom, when I was there, I saw him fly. He's just a really, really, really good flyer, really good pilot.
40 points in FAI is nothing. It's a square 8 could be more than that, just blowing a square 8 or making a good square 8. It's a K12 maneuver, is it?
18.
K18 maneuver. K18. 2 points on a square 8. There's your 40 points.
Yeah, it was the horizontal 8 that he missed out on, which is a K7. But yeah,
appearance points there. Pattern points too.
The point I'm making is, even if you've gotten everything in, making a mistake on the square 8 or doing a really good square 8, either way, can make the contest. I mean, the whole thing is about high K factor maneuvers.
Well, the best thing about it is you working that hard to improve your flying that much, it'll help you out now in the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because flying model airplanes ain't that big a deal. In the big scheme of things in life.
Here.
This is the fun part of it and shit. But being able to put in that kind of work to improve that much, when you put your mind to something else in your life, you're going to look back on that, and say, I did it then, I can do it now.
You'll look back on this years later and say that this was a great experience, because
I agree.
It
100%.
just committed your intention to do this at the upper level, and you're going to go through more of these. You're going to have more disappointment and things that are not going to seem equitable. But if you fight through them, it's how much fortitude you have to just fight through the negative to get to the positive.
Yeah. If they would just do this at the Nats, where the kids didn't have to take off school, spend all the damn money to travel that far, travel one time, it'd be so much better. But they're not going to do it until all the old people die and young people can get in there and change shit for the better.
There won't be any young people left.
Huh?
There won't be any young people.
You got Angstrom and stuff like that.
Yeah, you'll have 5 or 6 of them. They're not going to be. I mean,
There you go.
They got other things to do.
Yeah.
Well, everything works.
Let's just make it harder for all the kids, so we will never get any of them to stay around and do anything.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that or not. Then he had a Meeson beat Al Raby in the Walker Trophy fly-off. I mean, because he outflew him.
You know, the other
Didn't
thing
Robbie
too
Gruber
is
come
that,
close?
what he's going through builds integrity and it builds character
Yes,
for whatever
indeed.
for whatever he wants to do in his future.
Yep,
Here.
Yep.
absolutely.
True grit, Angstrom. True grit, son. Well done.
Thanks.
And
Yeah, I
Bob-
mean, I
and
actually, I've talked to him a couple times about it. There's been times on this journey. I mean, we've been flying 7 years now with him. There are times on the journey where I was glad when guys edged him out by 4 points, 10 points at a competition, and he came in second or third or just missed the podium kind of thing. Because I'm sitting there going, okay, I don't want it handed to you. You know, I don't want it handed to you. And the number of times he's fallen short, but it's like, okay, well, yeah, I got that next year. We'll train up, get better. Like, yes, exactly everything you all are saying in a bunch of those posts I saw on Stunt Hangar. Building character, building integrity.
It is, but I mean, the money you spent on that, you could have bought him a car.
And you never give up. No matter what happens, you never give up. Even
And I'm telling you, you'd have a lot more fun in the back seat of a car than you do flying model airplanes.
I'm not going to go there, Steve.
Ain't touching that one.
But the thing about that though is that backseat of the car can get you in a boatload of trouble. Flying airplanes, it's not going to ruin your life.
Angstrom, in 1976, after having an overrun in the first round, going from first to last in the finals, it started raining, and I was practicing trying to get my fuel load adjusted right. And I got all wet, and we went back to the motel. Chris Lella and I to get dried off, clean the airplane up, and get back to the field because I was last up. And I was pulling my 327/65 Chevy out, and I hear,
oh!
I forgot to put the airplane in the car, and I backed over it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that.
I won the nationals the same day with that airplane.
Oh, I remember that.
You never, ever, ever give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And everybody has missed a maneuver. I know one guy that missed a maneuver so bad, and the guys were teasing about it. They get up in the air, and then they had big placards up there with what the next maneuver was. Yeah,
we've done that.
Cue cards, I remember that. Larry Foster and his wife put up cue cards for me because 2 years in a row I left out a maneuver and lost old time Stunt at the. After having won the first round, I lost in the second round from leaving out maneuvers. So the next year they came out with cue cards.
Yeah, FCM, Samantha missed all of her 8s. She wanted to win so bad. She was flying so good. She left them all out, And then when she come in, she said, "What do you think?" I said, "That was one hell of a flight, but it's too bad you didn't do your 8s. Any of your 8s?" And she says, "I did too." And I said, "No, you didn't." And then the judges come up and said, "You didn't get pattern points or anything because you left out all your 8s." And she goes, "I really did that."
Do you guys know who Rennie Meechin was?
Name's familiar.
We used to call him Mother. You probably know him by Mother. He was a guy that hung out with Gene Schaefer and Bob Lampione and Bill Simons and I. And he was he had a big M for Meechin on his hat. And we asked him one day what it stood for. He said it stands for Mother. He was our mother. And he would help us out in any way he possibly could. The guy was a multimillionaire. And he built an airplane called Jala. It stood for just a little off. And he wasn't much of a flyer. But he took it to the Nats in 76. And in qualifying, he took off and was putting in the best flight we've ever seen him fly by a lot. All of a sudden, he had a perfect wing over, loops, everything was perfect. And he got right up to the horizontal 8s and he left everything else up to the clover. And when he landed, we asked him, "What happened?" He says, "Well, I was doing so well. I realized I was doing so well. I thought I might qualify. And the thought scared me so much, I forgot where I was."
Oh, Lord.
Oh, geez.
Hey, Bob, I want to ask you if you know this guy. I think it's Ken Grasser. Let me show you here.
Ken Grasser, I know the name.
Spotlight for everyone.
Yeah, it's hard to see. got glasses on and a hat.
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
I just wondering what happened to him. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Huh.
Hey, Bob, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What did you do with your motorcycle at that thing in New York? That concert you went.
Oh, I went to Woodstock.
Yeah. What did you do with your motorcycle?
That one? I've traded it in or sold it.
No, I mean at the concert, it was a mud hole.
Yeah, it took me about a month to clean the motorcycle.
Oh, okay, because that was a BSA, right?
It was a BSA Rocket 3.
Yeah. I was watching some movies on stuff, and there's a BSA. Looked like a Rocket 3 in the damn movie.
Send me that link, because I've always looked at all those old Woodstock movies, on YouTube, seeing if the chances are, 1 in a billion they'd get a picture of me riding in. But yeah.
Well, no, they showed a bike. It was parked there with people around it, and it wasn't real muddy. And I'm like, so this bike was driven in when it wasn't so muddy, then it became a mud hole around it.
That was very muddy when we got there, but I'm always, I went in very slow, so I didn't kick up a lot of stuff. And there was places that were pretty solid. And I went over. I met a friend of mine. The first person I met there was a buddy of mine, and he had his car parked over by the tree line to the right of the stage, and I just parked next to his car and left it there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get that.
Because that was the only motorcycle it showed in that whole that video deal they had there.
Well, send me a link if you can find it.
If I can find it again, I will.
I'll tell you, it was a scary ride up, because on the ride up, a buddy of mine, he had a Triumph trophy, and we're riding together up 17K, and all of a sudden we hear this rumbling, and kind of felt the rumbling, and we were engulfed by the Pagan Motorcycle Club. and those guys are like contract killers, and they were in a good mood, and we just rolled off and rolled out the back of that, and they didn't bother us. We were scared though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just seen that, and I'm like, damn, I wonder if that was Bob's bike.
Could
but
be.
If you weren't around it, I would have recognized you if it was just the bike sitting there. There was other people walking around, but
I looked a little different. I looked a little different then.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've seen pictures of you back in the day around that age to where what you kind of look like.
I just got out of the Army.
Yeah. So, all right. Sorry to interrupt the
that's cool.
thing.
That's cool.
I just happened to see that.
Hey, just to go back about people leaving out a flight or a maneuver and don't give up. I was at Brodex this year. Yes, I was flying in intermediate, so I recognize there's a lot of disparity there. But I think I was, after the first flight, I was like maybe 20 points out of a spot. And then I go to the next flight, and I absolutely, in my mind, I crushed it. And then people are like, oh, you forgot your triangles. And I'm like, oh, man. And
what's that sound like?
But I still ended up surpassing that guy. Yeah, I did so well on the flight that without the pattern points, I had still upped it so much and stuff. And
can I make a suggestion on that?
Flights,
I'm going to make 2 suggestions.
What's that?
About this leaving out maneuvers thing. Never talk about leaving out maneuvers at a contest, because somebody's going to leave out a maneuver, and then they're going to blame you for talking about it. Railroad just done that to me. The other thing about this, and I tell every student I have, and I have a lot of guys I'm working with, and the fundamentals of this thing, you have to do everything in sequence. All right, so what I do is I tell them, count every lap out loud, not in your head. That's a chemical process. Say it out loud so it goes in your ear and you hear it. Count the laps. Count how many maneuvers you're doing, and tell yourself at the end of each maneuver what the next maneuver is out loud. All right? And that way you'll never forget a maneuver. You'll never forget to do a lap or do too many or too few. And you'll be so busy reminding yourself of this stuff, you have no time to get nervous.
I'll verify that. I did that for the first time at the Northwestern Regionals, and I placed the highest flight I've ever done. I won advanced class, and that's saying something at that contest. And it works. It works.
Huh. It's a fundamental. You can't win if you don't get all the stuff in on schedule. You know, so you got to find a way to make sure you don't forget anything, and the way to do that is to say it to yourself out loud. People look at me, and I'm talking to myself all the time while I'm flying, reminding myself how many laps I've done, what the next maneuver is, and if you do a good maneuver or a bad maneuver, forget about it when it's done. The only thing in the whole world that matters is the next maneuver. So don't let a bad maneuver get to you.
Hey, how do you get everybody's picture up here at one time? It's been so long since I've been on, and this looks different.
Well, you look different too.
You go
Yeah,
to
I'm
the top.
older.
It's the one thing I like. It's a face with a good head of hair.
You go to the top, take your arrow to the top right, and you'll see a little thing that says view.
Oh, okay.
Click on that. You want to put it in gallery.
Okay. Yeah, I got it in speaker view. There we go.
Hi.
That's a lot nicer. Hello, everybody.
Nice to see
Dirty
you.
old man. Hey, Steve, one thing about the comment with the back seat of the car, you and I have daughters, brother. Think about that.
She's married though.
Yeah, what's those?
But I think she already knows about that because she's due here in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be a grandpa.
Well, I'm already a grandpa. There'll be the second one.
Oh, there's 2 more stunt flyers.
Yeah. Well, she told me I can't not teach Cole how to fly. So I think she's going to be the same thing with Kian. She doesn't.
Cool deal.
Yeah,
Oh, that's an interesting thing. What do we just do there?
Well, we're
I don't know, but it's weird.
we're in the court now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said no. Maybe she'll let me teach him how to shoot. But
no, that's not safe.
Oh, it is too.
I've told this before, but a very quick synopsis. On my 40th wedding anniversary,
See
my
that?
wife wanted me to.
I beat over 600 guys.
You did good.
I did real good. Fell on my face this year, but that was last year. The only guy that beat me was the captain of the team. That means he was the top shooter for the year in 2024. He beat me, but I beat everybody else. Couldn't quite get to number one, though.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just getting way too old.
Oh, Steve, you ain't old.
Mark Weiss is still alive.
Yeah, there he is. We can call in the troops.
Where the heck have you been, sir?
I sent you an email, Bob.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I've been in Williamsburg, Virginia. But if I can have a second, I wanted to give you a few dates.
Oh.
Is Joe still on here?
Joe Gilbert?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Well, control line scale is July 9th through the 12th at the Nats. Okay. Control line scale, July 9 to 12. Precision aerobatics and all the stuff we do is July 5th through the 11th. So that's Sunday to Saturday.
Still on that 4th of July weekend.
Yeah. Now, next year in 27, we don't have the first week. It's going to be about the second or the third week, but I don't have that in front of me. So,
Event director?
I'm sorry?
We have an event director?
Not yet that I know of. I mean, John Hill said he would do it, but I haven't talked to him. So I don't know how he's feeling or,
I'm retired and stuff now, but these factories and stuff, do they still shut down on the week of the 4th? I mean, we always had to take our vacation the week of the 4th. And if you had 1 week or 3 weeks, whatever, you had to use one of them on the week of the 4th. Just because so many factories shut down that they didn't need anybody to, for maintenance, different stuff for service and stuff like that. Because I always thought that was a good deal to have it during the 4th, because then, a lot of people had to take their vacation that week.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I wasn't for it, but I couldn't muscle the AMA executive council. So
Did you find out any more about that if we were to make classic and old time stunt official events that we would indeed not have to, the contestants would not have to pay an additional fee? Did you discuss that?
That hasn't been officially addressed yet.
Okay.
Hey, it was brought up earlier, and since you're talking about future Nats dates, I think Steve said it when he came in here. Yes, this is a entry of one for team trials in the future, but I think people have said it before. With all the best, hopefully coming out the Nats to begin with, staying an extra day and just having team trials right there when you have resources, people, the best already can hopefully in one place. There's a vote on this side to just have team trials right after Nats, but I know that's for other people, higher up than us.
I don't have anybody feels about it, but I'm 100% behind that. I always have been.
Yeah,
That's how Combat does it. We have our team trials in Muncie during Nats week because everybody is already there.
I know that we know that there's a committee. I'm a member of it. Bob, you probably know the official name of it, but it's
FAI Team Selection Committee.
Team Selection Committee, and there are about 11 of us on there, something like that, maybe 12.
One for each AMA district and the chairman.
Yeah. So it won't be an issue this year because there won't be a team trials.
Yeah, but you should start getting the ball rolling towards.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, Samantha missed 2 team trials because she couldn't get out of school.
Yeah.
I mean, that really sucks.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And I spent a couple $1,000 going down to Texas, and turn around, come right back and stuff like that. And we're already at the Nats, and everybody who was at the team trials was at the Nats.
Yep.
And it's like, well, you
I was just talking
West or whatever. But
I was just talking to one of the top 4 competitors from there, and that's the first thing he said. He said, "We got to do this at the Nats." I said, "Hey, I agree. I'm not in the way.
The time has come."
Yeah, the time has come. Absolutely. Everyone's there. We could probably, get some people who are already there to judge, and we got the facility.
Well, the head judge guy, I can't think of his name anymore, but he judged at the World Championships and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be problems with judges that can judge,
Well,
it shouldn't be.
You can't put, it can be, you can't put another whole contest in front of the same set of judges. I mean, they're doing have you ever judged the nationals? I've judged like 11 or 12 nationals and or team trials. That's a lot of work. And you can't expect judges to go a whole week at the nationals and then turn around and judge a team selection. However, there are a lot of other people there at a nationals who are qualified to judge.
Right.
And we can probably pick out enough to do the job.
Yeah.
Well, if it's only a 2-day deal, I mean, they may get you, Bob, to do it, or other people that can do it that would do for 2, but don't want to be there for a whole week.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we do it this time in 1 day?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did it in 1?
I did it in 1 day.
You can do it in 1 day.
When we were in Texas, it was a 3-day deal. You had to be there a day early to have your plane weighed.
It doesn't have to be a 3-day deal.
Oh, okay. And that's how they did it. I thought it had to be that way. But yeah, I mean, so I can't see why there'd be not having people there to judge when it's a 1 day or maybe even 2 day, that didn't judge for the whole week. They'll do it for a day.
Steve, that makes a lot of sense, except finding volunteers in anything, not just model airplanes, is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And when you're asking people like Bob and myself and others the judge at the Nats. That's out of our pocket. We're out there under the sun for a lot of days.
Well, that's
without
what I mean.
going-
So it might be easy to get a judge for one day. You know, if they're going to be there anyway or whatever, you're not going to be there out there for 5 days or whatever in the sun. It'd
Well,
just be
here's
one.
another thought. Here's another thought. What does it cost to enter? $100?
Yeah.
$100 for team
I don't know.
trials.
Okay. Now, if you do hold it at the Nationals, the possibility is, since there's a lot of guys there flying the Nationals anyway, they might say, well, I'll throw $100 in just to say I flew in a team selection. Okay, so now instead of getting 5 guys or 10 guys, you might get 20 guys. That's $2,000. Split it up among the judges, and they get paid a little bit for doing the work.
That's an excellent idea. You know, I think that would be a good deal.
Yeah, criteria for team trial for stunt. Is it 3 flights per contestant, best of 2? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you get maybe what you had 6, 7 guys show up in California for that. That's why they were able to do it in one day.
5 flew and open, and 2 in junior.
7 people.
And if you hold it at the Nationals, the chances are you're going to get more contestants than that.
You will. You'll get more.
Both
Well,
good and bad, because let's say you had 20 contestants, and you couldn't probably run it off in one day, because you'd have to do a qualification flight to get it down to 10 guys.
That's what I wanted to add. This is apples and oranges, but the combat team trials run 3 days at the Nats, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because there's 25 guys, and it's a triple elimination contest. So it takes 3 days to do it.
Yeah.
But we do it at Muncie before the first day of official Nats combat. We do it the weekend before on site. But getting judges and stuff, it isn't really an issue. You know, they'll come. They'll do it.
I think that can be worked out. I really do.
Yeah.
I do too. I'm sure it can be worked out.
We do it with based on the last stunt team trials, we do it with 4 times as many contestants at Muncie, and getting people from the combat community to jump in and help run it isn't an issue. So I think stunt guys would, and even the judges would be more open to, if they're coming to Muncie anyway, it's one trip,
That's true.
I agree with all this stuff, Mike,
instead of
but
a
how long does a
separate
combat match
trip
last?
2 months later.
How long does a combat match last, Mike?
10 days with
5
the
minutes.
No. How long
Each match.
match.
the flight?
5 minutes. So
That's half the time of a stunt flight. 10
it's
minutes.
not half the time. A stunt flight is 6.5 minutes.
It's 10 minutes between flights on a stunt circle. So you got 6 guys.
Well,
6 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, you're comparing
That's
apples.
all right.
You're kind of comparing apples to bowling balls here. Let's just say on the positive side of what we can do with what we have to work with to make this happen at the Nationals. Let's not try to,
I understand
compare it
that.
to another event that has nothing to do with stunt, and we have nothing to do with combat. It's 2 separate things, Like
well, but the main point is you run the contest right before the Nats, so everybody's in the same place. All the competitors are there. That's my point.
Yeah,
you don't have to
that'll work.
travel halfway across country when everybody who's gonna try out is probably already on site in Muncie. So they add 2 days to their trip to be there. And the logistics of getting, 6 judges or 4 judges, I don't know what you do. It's not that difficult.
In
I don't
combat,
know. You guys do your thing.
like combat and CLPA are not the same.
I get it.
No, you know that. But
I do. I understand. 100%.
none of us are arguing the point that we should have the team trials at the Nats. None of us. Absolutely agree 1,000%.
Yeah.
The only problem, Mark, is going to be the precious scale guys or the what are they, the pattern guys or whoever flies before or after us, they're gonna say, well, that'll cut 2 days out of our, or one
No,
day.
no, we won't be able to cut into any of the other events. That's not going to happen. And that schedule is set, and they're not going to change anything for us. We're going to have to find a way to put it into our schedule, and I think we can.
I think we can too.
So you think in 5 days we can run the Nats and the team trial?
You know, one thing everybody forgets is that nowhere in the rule book does it say that anyone is guaranteed any practice facilities at this contest. It's not guaranteed that we have practice. The RC guys go there, they don't have practice in a lot of contests either. They just go fly. They fly cold. We have these practice days built in that we can use to fly competition if we want to.
Well, it's kind of a practice anyway.
It is. It is kind of a practice. But we've all gotten so used to having practice days, that's not part of the event. That's a grace. They're giving us something that we don't necessarily have to have. You're supposed to come to a competition ready to fly.
Well, don't they usually start? Well, they used to, but I think they moved it up. Didn't they start on we always start on Wednesday?
Yeah, well, things have changed since you've been around, Steve.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of changes made, and Mark can fill you in on that. But the point I'm making is that we've become a little bit complacent about our situation. You know, like, well, this is how it has to happen. No, we can change the scheduling any way we want to fit this stuff in. We have plenty of time. We just got to utilize it.
Right. Yeah. Because I know that we showed up on Saturday and we left the following Saturday. We were there for a week.
Yeah.
But it was like we didn't start flying till Wednesday or something.
Not the same anymore.
I'm glad I joined in, and we got time to make this right, and we're going to start working on it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get it right.
We will.
Yeah.
Well,
RC
you two
Pattern
working
does
on
it
it, I have no doubt.
when they're there. Everyone does it when they're there. So we'll just join the gravy train.
Yeah, it's long past due.
So
that's for sure.
All right.
Okay, I got something to say while we're all here. It's calendar time's coming up, so if you want plane in the calendar, you can start sending it to me.
Do that.
Oh, okay.
And
Dang
you
it,
know
I'll send it
what
to
what
you.
plane, and
Thanks, Gary.
something about it.
Take a picture of that broken plane, Ingston, and send that in for the calendar.
Actually, we got a pretty sharp picture of Dennis giving him the plane and stuff, and so I think that sounds
there you
pretty
go.
fitting to put that in.
Samantha's got broke both ways. Got broke going to France, had to fix it, and coming back, it got broke really bad, and it still isn't fixed. But
I could send a picture in of the airplanes that I fell on.
Ooh. Oh, that ain't good.
I did it.
Hey, by the way, also got Angstrom got a picture. He met Gordon Delaney out there at the Stunt Championships, and Angstrom's a huge fan of the Pathfinder. I mean, that's been his bread and butter plane for quite a while before finally getting some, great planes in our hands with Dennis and stuff. But yeah, that Pathfinder has been his plane. So it was great to see Gordon, and they snapped a picture together.
Did Gordon tell him how the Pathfinder
did a double
came
Pathfinder?
I didn't hear you, John. What'd you say, John?
I said, did Gordon tell him the story about how the Pathfinder came about?
No, there was no story time. What do we need to know, John?
Oh, it was a phone call, the start of the phone call from one of the guys, Peterson. He was in intermediate at that time. And he was asking Gordon if he knew of a good design that he could, use and progress with. And Gordon says, "Well, no, but you could start with a wing off my last combat ship." And he says, "I've got the fuselage here." That he had a habit, if he crashed an airplane and he still had the wing, he put this fuselage and mounted the wing in this profile fuselage and called it like a noble chicken. That was a nobler with that, wing with that fuselage, or a Lark for like Southwick's Lark. Anyway, so Peterson said, okay. He said, okay, I'll come over and get the information. So he did. Anyway, he started building it, and one of the other guys in the club said, "Oh, that'll never fly. It'll never fly." And so I jumped up and back up. So Pete came with his completed. He built the first one. He built totally on scratch under Gordon's direction. Okay, and took it out, and that thing flew like a dream. And that's when I came in, and I says, Gordon, I'm going to draw this up on CAD. So I drew it up. It had the longer wing on it at that time, and wound up that fella in San Dimas, California, I can't remember his name, Smith's Tanks. He made some bell cranks and stunt equipment and really good hard tanks. And he says, I want to kit it. So he kitted 200 of those with the long wing, the first ones. And I think he was sold out in 2 weeks. So anyway, that's where it got its start. Gordon later says that we noticed that we were having some wing failures in high G maneuvers with that particular wing on it. So Gordon says, I want to redo the wing. So we made it a C tube, shortened it a little bit, and it turned out that was what was published, and that's what Brodak kitted. So there it is.
Yeah, we got 3 of them. We love them.
Do you have a twin?
No.
Do you want a twin?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. You got a kid here. Yes.
That's the best flying Pathfinder of the bunch is the twin.
I have one. I'll give it to you. It's not finished. The fuselage is built and stuff, but you have to build the rest of it. It was a kit.
I highly recommend when you get the nacelles, get to building the nacelles or working on them, modify it so you can use electric. It'll save you tons of hair pulling.
This is an electric one. It has nacelles or something. So
flying Gordon's out of VSC one year, he invited me to fly his airplane. And if you ask Howard and pretty much anybody else on the West Coast who's flown that airplane, they'll say it is far and away one of the best flying airplanes on the planet.
Yeah.
It's embarrassingly good for a profile.
Yeah, it's a profile. That's what I was going to say. It's not a build-up fuse or anything.
Yeah, but it flies great.
I'll get it. I'll get it to somebody, and they'll get it to you. And
had 215s in it, and he was able to get them to run pretty consistently every time. The airplane could fly any size maneuvers you want. You could fly 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 45. Turned, it locked, it tracked, it did everything right.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it when I built one at the same time Gordon built his, and mine flew great, but Gordon's flew so much better.
Unbelievably good airplane.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get that to you.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. I still probably have 60 airplanes here at the house, and they're all going.
You know what?
What did you do with that Spirit of Syracuse or whatever it was? Saginaw.
It's partial built in the basement. I got that there. Well, I got a I got that one that Samantha caused. I forget what she called it. It's about ready to go. That one's down there.
Well, Steve, you can combine your 2 hobbies or your 2 sports. You can fly each one of those airplanes and get your shotgun out, and then you can just take them out.
I've been burning them in the fire pit.
Oh,
better. You get some warmth out of them.
Steve, if there's any way we can do it, I would like to put in a request for that Spirit of Saginaw.
Oh, okay. And we'll have to see. I'll send it. That fuselage is together too. Yeah, I don't know if I can get it to the Nats. I was going to go there to the Nats this year, but my back and stuff is so bad. I've been walking with a walker, and it's like, I didn't feel like going to the Nats.
You know the guy who designed that airplane, the Spirit of Saginaw? You know who it is?
Yeah.
Dick Pacini.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. He's was a cop.
Yeah.
And he's retired and he's a machinist. He's doing a lot of machine work, very high-end machine work. So he said if we ever need anything, we just send it to him, and I'm going to have him make some hardware up to adapt 1.25-inch spinners to a 1.5-inch nose ring, so I can get an annular inlet thing on the twins. He's going to do all the hardware for me.
Yeah, one of these days too, I'm going to try to get down to Mike's and drop off a whole bunch of stuff, and then he can send it out to the world. Since he still sees all the people and stuff.
If it can get to the Nats, I probably can get somebody to bring it out here, because most of them go right through my area on their way from the West Coast.
Yeah, if I get down to see Jeff Traxler, I promised him like 40 control line engines, so I got them in a box, and he still likes all them different engines. So
I'll tell you what, if you ever sell that 46 you had, I'd like to have that thing.
Oh, that Tater Bug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Looper, he just gave Tom Looper a twister with one of those motors on it.
Yeah.
And where mine takes 3.5 ounces, that one takes 2.25. I'm sitting there, how
turn
the
a
heck
bigger
can it?
prop too.
Yeah. I don't know how in the world it can do it, but man, it's incredible.
Yeah, that thing is a really good is it a 46 or I think it's a 40?
Yes, sir. No, it's a 46.
It's not a LA motor.
It's not? I thought it was.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I'll have to
Tommy's
look.
is a LA 46.
I mean, I got a basement full of Samantha's stuff. And I told her, she needs to get it out of my basement. But
she's going to be too busy with baby stuff to worry about it for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to see you doing this, but I can understand if you're using a walker.
I'm not today. I got better over the summer. It was medicine that the doctors had me on. It was destroying my tendons, and I couldn't walk. I went in there and they're like, "Oh, it's this type of statin drug. 20% of the people have this reaction to it." I'm like, "Well, thanks a lot. Why didn't you tell me 6 months ago when it first started that this could happen?" So they got me on that new non-statin drug, but that's just $1,500 a month.
Whoa.
That was on the list right before it says may cause death.
Well, I told them why they did that for was then I wouldn't bitch about how much it's costing me for the other medicine. When you feel like you just want to die, it's like, hell, what's an extra $200 a month for one that won't make me hurt? And they said it'd take about 4 months to get it out of my system all the way. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know if it's destroyed tendons and they're gonna come back. I'm old. I mean, you don't rebound like you do when you're young.
How old are you, Steve?
66.
Oh, you're a kid.
You're just a kid.
God, you're younger
Yeah.
than me.
Steve.
What are you talking about, old?
Well, for a kid, I need both knees replaced, and I'm not gonna, they're still trying to talk me into doing that. They want to replace a hip. I got 3 discs they want to work on in my lower back and 2 in my upper back.
You want the rest of us to tell you all our problems?
I want to know how bad is it really gonna freaking get when I get old if I'm young now.
I can tell you, it's going to get bad because we're all going through that, every one of us.
It gets to the point where they're going to just jack up your head and put a new body underneath it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll sign up for it.
I don't know. My best friend, I talked to him today. He's still running up and down ladders. He's as old as I am. I'm like, when are you going to retire? He goes, probably when I'm 70. He goes, I'm still feeling good and shit. And I'm like,
That's
I guess some
basically.
people are born with good joints, and other people aren't.
Yeah.
The downside of all this is when arthritis starts to set in, and it just adds to the agony. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Oh yeah, it's like
But you were smart getting off that statin drug. My wife took that for her knees, and it ruined her knees. So
that's the worst medicine I've ever been on in my life for pain. I mean, it started out, if anybody's on statin, it starts out with Charlie horses. I'd probably wake up 10 to 20 times a night with Charlie horses in my feet, in my calves, in my thighs, in my arms. And why I really went in is like, my heart's a muscle. That's going to be the next one that gets the Charlie horse in it.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
That one, you won't wake up from that one.
Hold on, Phil. I'm going to end the stream on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and make sure to ring the bell because only 6% of you have that bell rung. So,
I did it.
fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Well, thanks for letting me be on, Sparky, because I got kicked off a long time ago. This is the first time I've been back.
Who kicked you off?